So before the video begins, I would like to apologize for being inactive for you. As you can see from my Instagram, I'll be making something, making this bad boy, and I'll make sure that I will come back frequently as I could, and expect more GTA videos and more toy review videos. There are more great videos that will come too, and yeah, I'm truly sorry for being inactive, and yeah, enjoy the next video that I'm gonna show you here.
What is up, homies? My name is Jeremetaru and today we are going to look at Transformers is originally a toy line that sells robot figures that can transform into any kind of vehicle. But some of them didn't transform into a vehicle, they can transform into a gun, a radio, an animal, and one of them can even transform into a giant planet. As for the story itself, it is mainly a civil war between two factions that are called Autobots and Decepticons. And just to make it short, Autobots are mainly the good guys, while the Decepticons are the bad guys. And the war between the two goes on till today. And since we are talking about the second entry of the base Transformers in this review, I gotta say, this is the film that successfully made me fell asleep when I'm watching it. Aside from the movie being boring, this movie made me feel bad for Optimus. If you know what I mean. Bruh. And that bad feeling goes to the figure as well. But first, I need to say that the painting and the sculpting of this figure is cool. Even though it's just a reused body from the TF1 Voyager class. But I gotta give credit for them to even manage to give this Optimus a sepia filter. And also adding some words of facts on some parts on his body.
朋友是一个坚韧不拔的纪录片，在香港的纪录片，在香港。
And the other great thing is that you can get a light piping from the back of his head. And some of his arsenals, which can be held by the pegs on his hand. Now he looks epic. Not only does it stand out as a gun, the gun can also shoot some projectile out of it. You simply pull the trigger on the other side of the gun. And bang, bang. Now we can talk about why do I feel bad about this figure. First of all, he can't even stand on its own. And that is because of this huge ass backpack on his back. Which makes it hard for him to stand, because of its weight. The alternative way to make him stand is to spread his legs just a little bit. Or you can just pull down his backpack to get some balance. Well, that doesn't look too good. And maybe if you're a brainlet like me, you can also move the weapon straight down to make him balanced. Bruh. But I gotta say, the backpack on his back does give him a much bigger body, because if it's gone.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
And now that the problem is gone, we can talk about his posability. Swivel on the head. His neck is on a hinge joint, so he can look up that far. And that doesn't look too good. The weapon storage can rotate. But it's really loose when I put the weapon on it. The backpack is also on a hinge joint. His whole shoulder is on a hinge joint. Shoulder pad moves up, shoulder moves out. Bicep swivel. Bend at the elbow. Ball joint on the wrist, so it can move side to side. Hand swivel. Not even a single fucking waist joint, a really tight thigh swivel, and do not force it, because it might break. Leg moves out that far, and back that far. Beautiful split. Leg is on a hinge joint. And for the size comparison, here it is with my medicine. SH Figure's Injustice Batman. Leader class ROTF Optimus Prime. And since he is a transformer, that means And finally we have his truck mode, which is very clean and sleek. Even though there is still some kibbles on the underside. They really have to kinda sacrifice the robot mode for a sleek truck mode. But besides being a normal truck, he can also deploy his weapons, which is also the way he stored the weapons on robot mode. Now it looks more threatening than it should be. And as a truck, he can roll out! And that's because they added these plastic wheels that spins normally well, which is a pretty good feature. And another great feature is that you can open these doors and reveal nothing. But when you close the door, the driver appears again. Now let's do some size comparison. Here it is with Voltron Green Tiger, Master Grade Sazabi Vercaf Light Mode, Leader Class ROTF Optimus Prime. And I'm telling you, transforming this one gives me
depression.
And finally, we came to conclusion. Is the figure worth your money? Yes, it really is. Definitely pick this one up for you. Even though he is optimistic, he is seen to be pessimistic to stand on its own. Overall, it's a good figure and has some details here and there. The articulation is just okay, but it is still fun to mess around with. And also a great and sleek truck mode that could be the main selling point of this figure. And for my own taste, I would prefer this one, but we will talk about it in another review. The final score for this one is can't stand per 10. Bruh.
Welcome